We are now going to talk about vertical grow bags, or you can call them planting bags. They are one of the examples of type of garden that can be used in our kitchen garden. And they are made of net. They are very well perforated to allow air to penetrate, and also for easy watering of your plants. And also we put holes in them to give space for our plants. And also we are going to show you the procedure on how you're going to set it up. A vertical growing bag can be used to grow different types of plants. It is mostly suitable for most kind of vegetables like sukuma wiki, spinach. You can also plant black nightshade, which is also called as manago. And then on the top of the bag, we will have a space where you can plant roots like carrots, beetroots. And also you can also decide to plant fruits like strawberry on the top. Yeah, so it's a whole garden that you can include a whole in nutrition. You can also plant on the top. Also, you can also plant tomatoes and also capsicum or coriander. We have different standard sizes of grow bags. Like the one I'm holding can hold up to 40 plants. And also when you include even the ones that you're going to plant on the top, it can hold between 40 to 50 plants. We also have a bigger size than this one, which can be planted 65. And on the top, maybe you can plant like 10. So it can be planted around 65 to 70 plants. And then we have another one, the biggest size, that can be planted 100 plants. And on the top, you can plant up to 10 to 20 pieces, depending on what you're going to plant. If you plant a sukuma wiki, you can plant up to 20 pieces. If you plant capsicum, we recommend like you do a maximum of 5 plants, since it will be too bulky when you start producing the fruits. When you're setting up a vertical bag, you need to consider a few things. First of all, you have to check your grow bag well, so that you can identify the bottom and the top side. So how you identify the top side, mostly the holes are up. There's no space left on the top. Our bottom side has a very big space that does not have holes, so that it can allow us, when we are setting it up, this will be the space that our soil will occupy without letting our first hole disappear. So for now, I can show you how it's done. Like for me, this is the top side of this bag, and this is the bottom, since there is a very big space left with no holes. So the first step you do after you identify the bottom side, you turn your bag inside out like this. Once you turn your bag inside out like this, you hold the bottom side from end to end. And then you start folding like you're making a pattern, a small pattern. You fold. And then after that, you hold. Don't fold. Don't tie it. You just hold it. And then you turn it back from the way it was. And you make sure that the first holes are all outside. They're all visible. As you can see, all the first holes are all visible. You hold, and then let's say this is the place that you want to set it up. It's a flat space. It should be flat. Just put it down like this. Our pattern is still intact, so nothing to worry about. And then you take your soil, your mixture, as we had shown you earlier. You mix your soil with manure. Once you put your soil, you make sure you put enough soil to allow you to give a shape to the bag. Yeah, and you start lifting your bag up to make sure that all the holes are visible. All the holes, as you can see, all the holes are visible. And don't do it with force, to avoid removing the whole bag. So you do it with a lot of care. Once you confirm that all the holes are visible, now you can start tucking in your soil. When it comes to creating your base, a stable base, you make sure you tuck in your soil very well so that your bag can have shape. This is the most important part of your bag, because once you miss on the base, you continue filling up your soil as you form your base. And the base is the most important part of the bag. Make sure there are no empty spaces left between the soil and the bag. You continue adding your soil until you are satisfied that your base is okay. Remember, as we said earlier about the soil, you need, if your soil is from cultivated land, remember to do a soil test so that you will understand what to add in your soil specifically. But if you cannot afford it, you can maybe opt to put DAP and lime, which will add some nutrients in your soil. And if you are using virgin forest soil, you just add it directly to your garden. For us, we are using soil and a mixture of soil and the manure, and also we added lime and DAP. For this case, for this size, it usually holds. We recommended that you use 50-50. That is half manure, half the soil. So for this case, in this bag, it usually holds 8 wheelbarrows of manure and 8 wheelbarrows of soil. So that is what our mixture entails. So we are done forming the base. You make sure that your base is well done, stable. After we confirm that our base is very stable, it's well stable, this is now the part that we introduce, which is, it's optional, but if you have stone around your compound, we can recommend that you use them since they help in the penetration of water. You can use a bucket which is open on both sides. Make sure it's open on both sides, and then you identify the center of your garden. You identify the center of your garden, and then you start filling your stones in the middle.
Okay.
We put this size since this size leave spaces in between, and that is what facilitates the water going down and spreading to the soil through up to the roots of the plants, of our plants. Then after that, we fill the soil on the side until they come to the same level with the bucket. Then after that, this is where we start pulling our bucket as we go up with it, as we fill our stones in the middle, because our aim is to leave the stones in the middle. You put your soil on the side as you tuck in your soil. Make sure you avoid the foldings between the bag and the soil, as I told you earlier. Continue putting in the soil until they level with the stones. Continue. Once your soil has reached the same level with the bucket, the one that we had filled with stones, now you can pull your bucket up so that you can allow it to leave the stones in the middle. Then you can continue filling the more stones in the middle as you add more soil on the sides. You can pull the bucket like this, so you leave your stones in the middle. You add more stones, add more soil. You repeat the whole process as you pull, as you put your soil on the side. You repeat the whole process until the bag is almost full. Then you can leave a small space for, maybe if you want to plant things like carrot, it's always good to leave a space that will allow the roots to penetrate downwards. You can continue filling in the soil as we tuck in. Now we are almost filling up our vertical bag. So we remove the bucket as we remain with the stone. For those who want to plant things like carrots, it's always advisable that you remove some of these stones which are going to hinder the roots from going down, so that you can now fill the whole of the bag on the upper part with the soil and with the mixture of soil and the manure. Now you fill your vertical bag with the soil. As you tuck in the soil. As you continue watering, you can consider making holes in between, so that you can help it helps more in penetration of water in the whole of the bag. So when you make those holes, you can add more water, and that's why we are giving it 24 hours for it to soak properly. So you see, the water that you leave in these holes will soak for the whole of those 24 hours. can make another hole as you add more. Remember, we have stones in the middle, so they are also facilitating in penetration of water. This is the reason why we need to add more soil, since our soil will be going down as we add more and more water. So keep on adding your soil. As you continue watering, until your bag is well soaked. You water all around evenly.